right, so first, Rich, let me know exactly what it is that you struggle with personally in your game, or how you feel you can get better.
Well, I feel like I'm pretty decent tee to green, but when I fail, I have a hook that
Okay.
can jump up out of nowhere sometimes.
All right.
And I don't know if it's a timing issue or if it's a balance issue. Um, I think part of it has to be part of the swing and not playing and practicing as much as I used to.
Okay.
I also think part of it might depend on where I'm playing at, because there's certain holes at places I play more than once over my 30-year history that I've got mental blocks on certain holes.
Makes
You know, I
sense.
get to the tee and I'm like, I know not to think don't hook it, but that's always there in the back.
Yeah.
And then inadvertently, it's like 75% of the time, that's where the hook comes into play. Not always where it's really bad, but bad enough where it's going to turn the rest of the hole into a much more difficult challenge.
Yeah.
And I'd rather just be in the fairway and hit a stock iron.
Yeah, we all understand that feeling when you're standing up on the tee and you know, no, without question, this ball is going left, and there's nothing you can do to really stop it.
Yeah, no doubt.
But so we're going to work on it a little bit. Do you know when you're hitting a hook? Now, does the ball typically start off to the right and hook back left, or are you pulling that and it's going left?
No, it's a pull and then it hooks more left. That's
Okay.
that's the typical hook shot for me, which is why I think it might be a timing issue and getting a little bit jumpy from the top down.
Yeah.
When I ultra focus on those holes that scare me, and I remember to stay back behind it a little bit and feel like it's slower, even though my swing's still the same speed, I feel like it's slower. I tend not to do that.
All right.
So, I mean, it's really just getting that a little bit stronger so I don't have to remind myself as much not to hook it off the planet.
Makes sense.
Right.
Makes sense. All right. Well, let's have you take a couple swings.
Okay.
I'll take a peek at it, and then we'll see what we can tweak to kind of move forward to prevent
All right,
that
cool.
hook.
I got a 7-iron now. Is that cool?
Yeah, 7-iron is going to work out perfect. That's no problem.
All right.
All right. So, kind of give me an idea of your short game and kind of what clubs you use when you're around the green, and whether or not you're satisfied with how you're chipping and pitching the ball.
Yeah, and I'll say this. You know, when I played full-time on a regular basis as a club professional, I could rely 100 yards in, including chipping and pitching, and bunker play.
Nice.
Obviously, you know, the last 9 years working for the section, I don't play or practice anywhere near what I used to.
Okay.
So the short game is what suffered the most. I still have the skills and I still know how to execute. It just doesn't always translate to the muscles the same way it used to when I had repetition.
Understood.
But as far as breaking all that down goes, where I've seen the biggest differential from playing on a regular basis to no playing or practice is my putting's still okay.
Okay.
I don't use flop shots a lot because that's always the last resort in my mind from a management perspective.
Mhm.
But the chipping, I used to be 95% from anywhere that wasn't an ultra challenge.
Yeah.
And now I'm probably more like 60. So
Okay.
there's been a huge difference in how many times I get up and down, unless I make a putt. And you know, I don't want to make 10 footers for par. If I miss the green, I want to have a 1 foot, 2 foot,
Understood.
which is where I used to be, but I'm not there anymore.
Okay. All right. Well, so we're going to have you hit a few chip shots. And we're
Okay.
going to kind of take a look at your technique a little bit.
All right.
Then we're going to talk about how we can improve that.
All right.
Okay?
Where we go?
All right. So now, when you're around the green and you're playing shots like this, all right, so we have somewhat of a thin lie, pretty relatively flat surface going to the hole here. What club are you utilizing when you do this?
Well, sometimes I'd putt this. Depends on how much fringe I have between here and the green.
Yeah.
But many times you can't putt.
Yeah.
Because I don't like putting if it's froggy
Yeah.
or a lot of distance.
Yeah.
In which case, my first choice is always a 56.
Okay. So
And
you
then I
could-
would adjust how hard or how long my backstroke is,
Okay.
depending. And obviously, there's challenge shots where you get creative, but I try to always stick with my tried and true.
Okay.
This one here, I trust. It's
Yeah. All right. Understood.
my friend. It's been my friend since I was 15 years old.
Have you dove into other options, maybe utilizing something with a little less loft when you have maybe a shot like this?
With some success and some complete failures, I've tried chipping a couple times with a hybrid,
Nice.
kind of like a putting stroke when you get the froggies.
Yeah, yeah.
I've made some of them, hold them out,
Okay.
totally unexpected,
Yeah.
and I've had some that have been woefully long or woefully short.
All right.
Because the touch is different. You don't practice that shot a lot,
Yeah.
but I'm certainly aware that you can do different things. I'm just really comfortable with the 56.
Okay. Okay.
In my practice strokes.
Perfect. It sounds like you're not a very technical person when it comes to the putting
God,
stroke.
no.
You think all that stuff is probably going to cloud your mind and maybe cause you to putt a little bit worse. And so you're a feel putter in the sense that, your own personal feel is going to trump any sort of technical stroke.
Well, bottom line, a ball in the hole is a ball in the hole.
Exactly.
And I don't care if it looks pretty,
Yeah.
or if it does look pretty, or if it doesn't.
Awesome.
If it's in the hole, it's in the hole.
Okay. Well, let's start. All right, so first thing, and I'm going to bring the camera over here and show the viewers what we did. So the first thing that I did is we painted these blue lines here. And now what this is going to dictate, this is just going to give us a reference so we know where we want our path to go, and then we can talk about club face from that point. But I painted this here for Rich's reference so that we could really focus on our club path. Let's get you guys back here in the spot. Okay, let's get you lined up good. Another thing that we did, Rich, is we put a red stake there on the left.
Okay.
And we put a white stake on the right. That's another thing that we're going to use for reference.
Okay.
As far as our path and where we want our ball to start and where we want our ball to finish. All right, so naturally you play a draw already. And so from what I saw, the draw that you've been playing is actually a club path that starts off straight. So our ball is starting straight to the target, and then it's curving to the left. So that means we got a path that's straight and a club face that's close.